Hello, this is Biblical Tarot, and I'm back with another video. And this video will be about the Three of Pentacles and the description of the Sephiroth from the Tree of Life, Binah, a description of her quality of who she is on the Tree of Life. She is represented by the figure in the pinkish red polka dot nun's habit in the card. As you see in the card, the polka dotted pinkish purplish a little bit on the back of her, but that to me represents the Sephiroth Binah. Okay. Even the way she's placed between the other two figures in a triangle shape, the three of them all together, like that of the Three of Pentacles up above their heads on the arc pillar, representing the first three Sephiroth on the Tree of Life. In my opinion, there is a deeper meaning in what we see in the scenery of the card. Binah is number 3, and this card is also number 3, which is not arbitrary at all. That's the system. I see each figure representing one of the three Sephiroth. The man on the pinkish bench corresponds to the top Sephiroth Keter, while the friar is standing below in gray, representing the primordial wisdom of Hakma, with his counterpart, Binah, on the side of him, which is the female, in the pinkish polka dotted habit. Okay. I asked myself, does the one man at the top represent Keter? Is he the architect or a mason, both architect and mason? If you really notice, he is standing in the same position as the angel Raphael in the Lovers card, the triangle position, which there's a triangle at the top of the tree and also a triangle at the bottom of the tree. There's multiple triangles all over the tree, but that top triangle with the three, as you see in the card at the top of them on the arc, it's very powerful. Okay, it's the top three supernal Sephiroth, and I see them right down below them representing that too, but it's in a lower Sephiroth, because like, how can I explain it? You have Keter, okay, but you can have a Keter and Malkut, as you can have, you know what I'm saying? Like as you go down, and when you go down, it kind of looks like a little bit like our DNA, a sequence of DNA, because it's just like stacked upon each other, because it keeps going from Keter. You're in Keter, but you're in Keter Malkut. You know what I mean? There's a Malkut in a Keter. It's hard to explain. It sounds weird, but like once you understand it and you read it, you understand. Oh, it's like climbing a ladder. And there's 4 worlds, and each world, each of the worlds is one of the Sephiroth. Okay, so I don't know if I'm even explaining it to you right, or if I'm taking you on a detour. I'm sorry, because I'm talking about Binah. She's my favorite. Okay, so I was talking about the triangle, and that's how I got off track. God is the architect, okay? He's the mason building. He is creating the universe by manifesting it through the tree of life. This card is in the Kabbalistic system, and like I was talking about, like a Keter and Malkuth. This card represents Binah and Asaya, okay? And that's earth. The Asaya is earth, so understanding in earth. Okay, Asaya is the last of the 4 worlds, because there's 3 more before it, and it represents the material world, Asaya. And work is being done and things are being created in Asaya, which is the Pentacle world. Okay, so I'm gonna go further on to what this card, when I look at it, what it represents to me. Okay, it represents 2 things to me, even more, but like it's my subconscious and what comes out to me when I look at the card. Biblically, I think of 1 Corinthians 14:4, in the New Testament, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as the law also says. Now, I kind of hate the way that scripture sounds, but I find it to be deeper than what is on the surface. That is a spiritual meaning, esoterically speaking. I see it in the card also. It's the virtue of Binah, okay? As that lady in the card represents Binah. And Binah, the virtue of Binah, and that is silence. Silence is the virtue of Binah. Silence invites receptivity. If we are silent, we can learn. But if we are talking, the gates that enter the mind are closed. Okay? So, like, it sounds horrible to me. Let your women keep silence in the church, for it's not permitted unto them to speak. But women represents Binah, and Binah represents silence. Okay? That is Binah's virtue. And Binah is understanding. And to understand, you have to be silent. You have to listen. You have to pay attention. She's a receiver. She receives the wisdom of Hakma, the Sephiroth before her, the guy in the gray right before her, because it's coming down from the top. I see her receiving the plans. In the illustration, she holds the plans. She can understand them completely because she's listening. That is why she holds the plans. She is silent, listening, working. To me, she represents the virtuous woman going about her day, busy as a bee, getting things done by her. Okay? They call Binah the sanctifying intelligence. Okay? Okay? She is a holy intelligence, a set apart consciousness, it's set apart from the rest. Binah, or understanding. Binah takes the raw materials of wisdom, and she begins to separate and to distinguish like kind. In other words, Binah begins to Bana, and Bana means build. Okay, it means build, and that's the Hebrew root of Bana, has the same consonants as the word Binah. You can think of Binah as organizing and counting the costs for a home construction. It is in this spirit that a woman builds. Okay, she builds. The wise woman builds her house. She builds the house. But the foolish woman, she tears it down. The foolish woman, she's not going to be silent. She's not going to listen. She's not going to understand. She's going to pretend like she understands, or she's going to try to take control. And that's just how it goes. And I don't care, I guess I really don't care if you agree or not, but I can respect it. I really love this card, and that's what I always think of when I see the card. And when I look at the lady in the card, I could tell it's a lady. And to me, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes she looks pregnant to me, even though I know a nun wouldn't be pregnant because she's supposed to be virgin. So she can't be pregnant. But to me, she has that shape of being pregnant. Also, the lady in the polka dots, I find it interesting that she reflects the yellow apron in her habit, in her dress, her thing that covers her. She reflects the yellowness in his apron. Like she's really taking in what he's saying. I find it so cool. Like if you're looking at this card in an original Rider Waite, you'll see the front of her habit. It's lit up yellow, but the back of it isn't yellow, because you can see there, the yellow isn't behind her, it's in front of her, because she's looking at the architect or the mason or whoever he is. So I find that so freaking interesting. I also find interesting that the mason, he's standing on a bench, and the bench is the color of her habit, which is pink. Whereas you see that same color of her reflecting the yellow off of her habit from his apron, you can see it also down on the bench by his purple shoes. That yellow is reflecting. And I find that so interesting. I like try to figure out what that apron is representing. But I know Masons wear a white apron, and I know, like I'm talking about a Masonic Mason that goes to a Masonic lodge. But I also know that, a Mason or anybody working in some kind of a field like that's going to wear the apron. But esoterically speaking, I know that apron and it reflecting, it has to have some kind of special meaning within a card. I'm still working on that. I kind of was thinking maybe it could be Tefrith, the sun, but we're down in, which it could be Tefrith, the sun, because we're down in Binah in Asaya. It's in Asaya. And Asaya is down below, and we've already been through Tefrith. I don't know. But I don't know. It's really interesting. I guess I'll go now, and thank you for watching this video and listening to my madness. I haven't been doing videos lately because I've been going through a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to get back into doing videos and being happy and content and the self-love thing with the things that I like to do. So I want you, if you're watching, to have a great weekend, rest of the weekend, and a great next week. I love you. Bye.